Hello students, welcome back. This is class 10th, subject English, and today we are going to start our writing section. So today our topic is notice writing, and this is my lecture number 1. Topics to be covered. Today we are going to discuss these subtopics. First, format of notice writing we will discuss. Then after that we will discuss some examples of notice and then homework solution of lecture 1 of poem 2 Fire and Ice. So let us begin with the format of notice writing, but before that we must know what is a notice. A notice is a written or printed announcement. It is written in order to inform a large number of people about something that has happened or is about to happen. It could be an upcoming event, competition, lost and found notice, or just a piece of information to be delivered to the targeted audience. It is generally written in a formal tone. Notices are factual and to the point. The language used is simple and formal, not flowery. They are put up on display boards, in schools, or at public places. So this is the complete format of a notice. First of all, name of the issuing agency or authority, then the word notice, then date of issue or release of the notice, then title or subject of the event that must be catchy, then body or content. In content we must add date, time, duration, place or venue. Then at last authorized signatory, which includes name, designation and signature of the writer. Now, format of a notice. First of all, name of the organization. You should write the name of the organization or the authority right at the very top. This is a very necessary part. Then, as this is important as it makes it easier for the reader to decide whether the given information is important to him or her or not. Then next step is title. Always mention the title notice on top and underline it. Usually notices are put in public places. Next is date. Mention the date on which notice was published to the left hand side of the document. Then this is a formal document. It is important to mention the date as it stays on record. The next thing, that is heading. Heading should be very precise and clear. And it should be catchy. It should give a clear idea about the purpose of the notice. Then body of a notice or content. Here one should briefly write the information needed. That is only important information that is to be written here. Notice is a very short written document. So one should give all the important information in a precise manner. The content should cover all the 5 W's, like these are what is going to be organized, where, then when, timing, then who and whom. So the content should cover all these 5 W's. Then at last we write writer's name and the name and designation of the writer should be mentioned in the end. So this was the body of the notice. Now, some points to remember. Always enclose the notice in a box. Keep your notice short and to the point. Highlight the word notice and title. It can be either bold or underlined. The title should be captivating, attractive, and eye-catching. So there are two examples that today we are going to discuss of notice. First one is write a notice about a lost wristwatch that you found in your school playground. So first of all, you are going to write the name of the institution, name of the organization, or the name of school, that is West Academy Senior Secondary School. After that, the word notice, and then on left hand side we will write date. Then after that we will write the subject or title, that is wristwatch found, or here we can write found. Then let us talk about content or body of a notice. A giant's wristwatch is found in the school playground today, that is 15th of April 2020 at 8:30 am. The genuine owner of the watch can claim it back from the undersigned after giving necessary details about the watch and identification marks, if any. Thank you, Amrita, 10th A. You are Ruhi or Rahul, head girl or boy of your school. Your school is going to organize an inter-school singing competition. So write a notice for your school notice board inviting names of all the interested students. So in the same manner, first of all, name of the institution, then the word notice, after that date, then the title. Title will be inter-school singing competition. Then content. Our school is organizing an inter-school singing competition on March 19th, 2020 or any other date, Tuesday at 12 p.m. in the school auditorium. More than 20 schools from all over the city will participate. Interested students may contact the undersigned latest by March 10, 2020, Ruhi or Rahul, head girl or boy. Now homework. Write a notice for your school notice board inviting articles for your school magazine. Then next one is Saurabh, a student of class 10th, has lost his calculator somewhere in the school premises. Write a short notice for the school notice board requesting the finder to return it to him. So write these notice in your fair English notebook. Now let us discuss homework solution of lecture 1 of poem 2 Fire and Ice, that is written by Robert Frost. This is class 10th, subject English. First of all, I want to summarize the poem Fire and Ice. Robert Frost's poem Fire and Ice is a strong symbolic poem where fire is used as the emotion of desire and ice, that of hatred. He has used the idea of two groups who have their own possible explanation for the end of the world. One is of the opinion that fire alone can destroy each and every possibility of life on earth. Fire stands for desires, greed, and avarice. Then the other things, that ice will be the cause of the end of life. So it would lead to the end of the world. The poet agrees with those who think fire can easily destroy the world. Thus he considers fire as more competent for destruction. But then he thinks that icy hatred is just as capable of ruining humans, though slowly and steadily. So therefore, if earth had to perish twice, ice would be just as good as fire. Means hatred would be just as good as desires. Fire symbolizes desire and ice symbolizes hatred. It can be a good weapon of destruction. Ice is lack of warmth and it represents hatred, coldness and rigidity. Thus the poem very artistically underpins, means supports, the philosophy that we let our emotions rule us. And if we do not control them, they will surely bring us all on the verge of chaos. So we must have control on our emotions. Now, question answers. First is, there are many ideas about how the world will end. Do you think the world will end someday? Have you ever thought what would happen if the sun got so hot that it burst or grew colder and colder? So, these key points are given. Nothing is permanent in this world and everything will perish one day. This we all know. There are many ideas as to how it will end, but one cannot say surely. So, everything is temporary and that is a subject of destruction. If the sun gets so hot one day that it is at the verge of bursting, it would lead to rapid destruction as there would be fire everywhere. Conversely, if it grows colder and colder, there will be ice everywhere on earth and life in any form would not be able to sustain at such low temperatures. Next question was, write the sum and substance of the poem Fire and Ice. The crystal clear message that the poet is trying to give is that nothing in this world is eternal. Means nothing is permanent. Everything will perish. Perish means destroy, end. Will perish either in fire or ice. We should thus not forget this supreme reality and keep ourselves above all selfish matters. Next question. But if it had to perish twice, how will the world perish twice? According to the poet, the world will end due to the fire, which symbolizes desire. But if the world had to end twice, then it will be due to the hatred symbolized by ice. The poet feels that there is enough hatred in the world that is spreading among the people. So this hatred will end the world one day. Now this extract was given to you and here are 4 questions. Question number 1. What does it refers to in the first line? But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of it to say that for destruction, ice is also great and would suffice. So here it refers to the world. Then what do you mean by perish? Perish means to die or to end or to be destroyed. Then C part. What does ice stand for? Ice stands for coldness. rigidity, cold-heartedness. Then next question, what would be the cause of destruction? Ice or fire would be the cause of destruction. So this was the homework solution of poem 2 Fire and Ice, written by Robert Frost. So you all are supposed to write all these question answers in your English notebook. Thank you.